Junior Jewels. I'm Karli.
And I'm Jess, and we are the hosts of Typical Tuesday Night,
a Taylor Swift podcast. Hello, and welcome to our 100th episode. What?
That's so crazy.
It is wild.
Yeah.
For me to think about that.
And that's like 100 official episodes, not even like
all of our bonus and
like
our Patreon and stuff.
Subscription.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because that adds
that feels like so much.
It really, I mean, that's a lot. It's crazy too, because, when we started and stuff, I joined Facebook groups to learn more about podcasting. And it was always crazy. They'd be like, it takes 100 episodes before you really figure things out. And I always remember being like, that is so many episodes.
Yeah.
But I actually do feel like I've gotten way better and more in a groove on all aspects.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's kind of cool to be like, yeah, proud of ourselves.
I mean, even when I just think back to when we started the YouTube, if you haven't heard,
we're on YouTube
too. We were so uncomfortable.
Oh, so uncomfortable. Yeah.
And just so clunky and figuring out the recording setup and how the camera and the mics are working and that was just the worst.
I still feel a little bit weird on YouTube sometimes.
Yeah.
It's getting way better. But sometimes I'm just oh, camera.
When
no, talk to talk to you.
Yeah, when we're sitting here, I feel totally comfortable, but I don't look at the camera
I don't either.
as much as I could.
Probably,
so one day.
So one day we'll be saying, today's our 100th episode of YouTube.
Yes.
Remember when we used to not be very good at this?
Yes. And we will be way more comfortable.
Yes. But it's also cool too, because 100 episodes is a lot. And to be able to say that we stuck with this for 100 episodes is also way cool.
Yeah.
Especially because we've talked about, we've seen a lot of Taylor Swift podcasts drop off lately. And so to be
yeah.
100 episodes. That's
the
so
Eras
freaking
tour is
cool.
over. We're not going anywhere. We're just getting started. And we decided from the very beginning there will be a new episode every Tuesday. Yeah. We do not do season break.
Yeah.
Holiday break. There have been times where I'm like, it'd be really nice to take a couple weeks break.
Yeah.
But
no,
we are committed, you guys.
And it is really cool to be we have not missed
a
week.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
almost a year and a half.
Yeah. Oh, way to go, us.
I know.
Way to go, you guys.
Yeah.
For being here.
Those of you that have been here from the very beginning.
Yeah. Thank
you. Hopefully you've seen us get more comfortable.
For reals. Yeah.
Growing. I mean, you guys, you've sent us messages and told us before, but.
And it's fun too, because I love listening to podcasts. And it's fun too when I first start listening to podcasts. And, even 10, 20, 30 episodes in, I'm like, I feel so connected to these people.
Yes.
And so I'm sure it's probably fun for everybody listening too, to be like, oh my gosh, I've been with them for 100 episodes. I feel like I know you in a way, So I think that's kind of fun too.
Oh, it's so fun.
Okay, before we jump in, we wanted to talk about trivia night that is coming up tomorrow. It's wild.
Yeah.
I know. I was wait a second. 22nd. Yes. So it'll be on April 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is join our Patreon to get access to that.
Yeah. We'll link our Patreon in the show notes. This is separate from Apple subscription. So if you are an Apple subscriber, but you want to participate in trivia, you can pay for Patreon for a month.
Yeah.
$5 to be at the junior. You have to be at the junior jewel level to do trivia. But then you also get access to our community chat. And if you aren't an Apple subscriber and you're just you'll just be a Patreon subscriber, you get access to all of our bonus episodes going forward and all of our previous ones if you want to go back and binge. Sorry guys, but Patreon episodes are some of our favorites.
Yes.
So you're missing out if you're not over there. But then there are going to also be prizes at trivia.
Always.
And it's super fun. We did this the last time we did trivia. We did it in 3 sections. So the first set of trivia was an easier level. And then we did a medium level and a harder level. And I thought that was so fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
That's probably how we'll do it this time.
Yeah.
But it's all going to be midnights questions.
Yeah. And so each tier Like there will be
We'll
a
have
prize for each
Yeah.
round. So
And it'll be good. We haven't
fun.
officially talked about it, but I think we'll talk about it later. I was like, we should probably talk about which prizes, but like, because we've gotten prizes.
Yeah.
For stuff, and we're just like holding on to it. Yes. And I know that they're really good.
Yeah.
So maybe
we just
we'll
collect things and we just wait for the right time to use them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to read a little review really quick. So this is from Karma Girl, which I love. I'm like, oh, are you a karma truther? Because I'm here for it. She just said, love this so much. Thanks for making my Tuesdays. Everyone can see the passion and friendship behind this podcast. I appreciate your dedication to the pod. And I feel like that was like the perfect one for 100 episode.
Yes.
Because like so every Tuesday they see the passion because I feel it.
Yes.
And they appreciate our dedication.
So fun.
We've been here. We're not going anywhere.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. So we're super excited for today's episode, you guys.
I'm really excited for this one.
A couple days ago was the 1-year anniversary of the Tortured Poets Department. It's been 1 year since our minds were absolutely blown.
Oh my! In so many ways.
You guys panicked. I felt panic. We had been into the podcast maybe 6 months at that point.
Yeah.
7-ish months, which sounds like a long time, but
no.
And we had maybe done 1 or 2 smaller series. I don't know.
Yeah.
We had never done we had only done series of old music, obviously, that we've had years to digest.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And I remember being, nervous.
And then we're thrown 31 songs into our laps about a storyline that we never would have imagined. The stress. Because, like, we were excited to talk about it, but we also knew, like, you guys would want to hear our thoughts and, like, you know, have us deep dive it. But it was like, I felt like we were news reporters getting thrown into this like breaking news situation. It's like, emergency, fly to this place and report on this thing that's happening right.
Yeah. Well, I remember being like, but I think it was good how he did it. Like, because I think you do need to sit with this album. And that's why we wanted to talk about it a year after.
Yeah.
Because I even have different feelings and thoughts and everything a year later than I did a week after or a month after.
Yeah.
But like there was so much and it was heavy.
Yeah.
And so I think it was good that we like went on a little weekend getaway.
Yeah. We literally locked ourselves in a hotel room with hundreds of printed pieces of paper with the lyrics and highlighters. And we we dug our heels in and it was so fun.
Best job ever.
I agree. I feel like so much has happened since then and we have been able to have way more time to digest it, and so it's gonna be
see other people's thoughts.
Yeah, so we're basically gonna do like kind of
just like a 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year of Tortured Poets, talk about like our opinions of like then versus now and things like that.
Just kind of see where the conversation goes. I feel like a lot of times, especially with our like deep dives and our like research, our like structure to the podcast is very like this one's well thought out too, you guys.
It's more scripted. Yes, we're reading a lot of quotes.
Yes, exactly. You know. And this one, it's just like talk about our thoughts.
Yeah.
Talk about this.
This is very much
we'll
like
see where it goes.
If you're wondering if you like if you'd like Patreon, this is going to be more on the vibe of Patreon minus we won't really be clowning. We clown on Patreon, which is a highlight. But we're going to just be kind of chatting today, and I'm excited.
Which is fun. It's always nice to. I mean, who doesn't love just like chatting about Taylor?
That's why we do this, right?
Weird.
Right? Oh my gosh, it's
okay. So like, let's start though. How do you feel about it a year later?
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not when it first came out for the first probably 4 months.
Yeah.
I was just
over and over
in the rabbit hole. It's all I could listen to. I've definitely like I listen to a lot of other things right now too. But I mean, and we'll talk about this later, but like the album is still, in my opinion, probably the best thing she's ever put out.
Oh, okay.
And there's just so much goodness on it. And we just like we we're done with our Midnights series just barely last week. Finished up, and like we talked about, like there's quite a few songs on Midnights that like we could live without. And like, yes, the anthology has 31 songs, but like there are so many that I like really, really love.
Yes.
And I just think
and
it's so
honestly,
good.
Especially though, even with that, like even just the standard edition, I don't ever really skip.
Yeah.
Like maybe I can fix him. But if it comes on and
I can fix
but even though sometimes if it like comes on and I'm not like an easy place, like I don't mind listening to it.
You don't
like
go
I
out of your way to skip it.
It's not like, oh my gosh, like I really don't like this one. But I don't know. I feel like she did a really good job.
Yeah.
I think after like letting it sit for a year, I was kind of the same as you. It was all I listened to for probably through most of the summer, and then I started to kind of like fade into some other stuff, and then I'd rotate it back in. And right now I probably throw it on maybe once a week, maybe once every other week.
Yeah.
I really like listening to it like straight through. I think it's a really good straight through album.
That's what I need to make myself do again. I've been very much for months. I have this just master playlist with Gracie, Sabrina, Taylor, Kelsey.
Yeah, just like all the
songs that are like really popular right now. The new Lady Gaga song, like it's got like 60 songs on it, and there's
just,
like a handful from it's the stuff that like I really am interested in listening to right now. There's a handful of Tortured Poets, but I do need to just have a day where I just go like straight through because
I think this one's one of her best ones to just start at the beginning and go through.
Yeah.
One thing that I have come to realize is it is really heavy.
It is so heavy.
And there are some times where I'm like, can't do it right now. Like, love it. And 100%. I love the songs, love a lot of the vibes, but like, whew.
Yeah.
And like, even just like knowing the background and like knowing where she was at. And I don't know. I think she does a really good job of capturing how she was feeling in that moment. And she does such a good job portraying that then I feel that. Like I take it on. Yeah. And so I think it's an album that I love listening to. And I come back to it a decent amount. And I really like, it's really my vibe. Like it's pop, but it's not overly pop. And it's like a lot of storytelling and thought out lyrics. And I know the background behind it, and it's really sad. So I love it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, sometimes it's too much.
Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah. I'm the same. But I like unfortunately have related too closely to like so many of the songs on that album. And you know how like you go through something and like you have to listen to the songs that literally say just exactly like, how you feel and that like, but then you get to a certain point where you have to go away from that. I feel like that's kind of where I'm at. And so like it was interesting like preparing for today because I feel like I really like there's just been like a couple, like a handful that I've been like focused on listening to lately that are just like a certain vibe. And it's funny that like
the other one.
There's some that I'm like, I could listen to that and I could cry. But I don't want to today.
No, because that's the thing is like Taylor has always done such a good job of being able to capture that for everybody. And that's why we love her. Like she does such a good job of being able to say what we're all experiencing, but can't say.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank you, Taylor. Like, you're amazing. I will say, I don't know how other people are going to feel about this. I don't know if I like 31 songs.
Okay.
I think it's too much.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I never, ever, ever thought I would say that.
Yeah.
Because I'm always the one that's like, give me more Taylor music. Give me more Taylor music.
We're drafting. I'll take all the vault tracks.
For real? No, 100%. Like, I live for it. But as like over the last year, I've been like, I almost wish I would have been able to have 16 songs and just eaten them all up and just loved and devoured and enjoyed every single second of that. And then even like 2 months later,
you wanted a Folklore Evermore situation.
Yes. That's yes.
Yeah. You need
And
it.
I don't know why, because even now sometimes I'm like, when I go to listen to this, I put on the Anthology.
Yeah.
And so then I feel like I have to listen to 31 songs. I shouldn't say it like that, like I have to. But
Yeah.
like I like to start the album and finish the album. Like that's really how I listen to things a lot of the time. And sometimes the 31 feels overwhelming.
Yeah.
Where like, yeah, when I listen to Folklore, it's like, cool. Like I listen to Folklore, I move on. And then a little while later, I'm like, cool, let's listen to Evermore. And then I listen to that. So, but, and like later I said we should do like choose from all 31 and break it down into one album.
And it was
it's
so
hard. It is.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like, I don't want less Taylor music, but I wish it was split. So I think the way you said it was the best way.
I wish we could talk to her. I have questions, but I would be curious because like if she did a Folklore Evermore situation and she had this collection of 31 songs and she knew she was gonna like release them separately with like a period of time between, I'm like, would those original 16 have all been on that album? Because to me, the second half of the album needs the first half, but the first half can stand alone.
Totally
so
agree.
I'd be curious, like, would she intertwine them or I don't know.
And that's the thing, like the more we talk about it, I don't think this would have worked as two separate albums.
Yeah.
I also think that she needed to get it all out there.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
This was what happened.
And
this was my life. And move on. And so it's like, I don't think it would have been in her best interest, especially mentally, to have done like here's this and then a little bit more here's this. But I agree with you that
especially with the tour going too.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
Yeah.
I think it needs it all, but I never thought I would say it's overwhelming, but sometimes it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate that.
I'd be curious. I mean, it kind of, I don't know. I'm not necessarily, I don't want you to answer the question, but I'm just curious, like, if you were to like cut, say it was and I know we're going to kind of get into this later a little bit, but like, even if you were to cut like 6 or 7 songs, it's like, which ones do you choose? It's hard too when it's like, it's easier to like not care about what you don't know about.
No, that's a good point.
So it's like, because we know them.
Yeah. Well, and this just, it's like, it's such a different thing that she's ever done. And I was actually thinking about it too. I kind of miss the days where she would put out a single before an album for like a month. Because I was thinking about it the other day. I remember when I listened to Me, which I rarely listen to that song anymore. I listened to Me like probably 30 times a day.
Yeah.
I just like put it on repeat because I was like, new Taylor music. Yeah. And like, I didn't get that with any of these. And so sometimes I lose, I'm trying to think of like how to say it, just certain memories with that. And so I think that then even more with like so many songs, I'm like, oh, wow. Some of my old memories of Taylor music in the past and how she would put things out.
Because like we've even talked about like those initial singles she would put out were usually ones we didn't really, once a whole album came out, we didn't really care for. But I am the same. Like I have such very specific memories of listening to and watching the Look What You Made Me Do music video for the first time and being like, what is happening? Going on? Also, do not like this song, and obviously you're on me and stuff. But like, I totally remember that period of time. And when you get all of it at once, you don't just get those individual moments.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what I'm missing a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, I feel like that's like a good little overview. I was going to say, I am really sad about not as many music videos.
I am very sad about that.
I feel like we needed 30, at least
like 31 songs, especially where we did just wrap up our Midnight series. There were 4.
I know.
4 pretty intense.
Oh yeah.
Music videos.
Yes. I kind of wonder, I do feel like she kind of put everything out and moved past.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her for that because it is really heavy, like we've talked about. Yeah. And that was such a big personal part of her life that it probably was smart to just like do it. And then she did the I Can Do It with a Broken Heart music video, but it was very Eras Tour based. Yeah. And so it didn't even feel like it was part of Tortured Poets in a way. Like it feels more Eras Tory to me. Yeah. But man, I just feel like some of these songs
amazing music videos.
Yes.
But Daddy, I Love Him. Even like The Bolter.
Like, yes. Like, honestly, you could throw out any song and I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Oh, could you imagine?
Oh, I'd lose my mind. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? Like even I Can Do It With a Broken Heart as like a conceptual, like.
And
video.
honestly, like, I don't even I've talked about this. I don't even love the whole down bad, like, alien thing.
Yeah.
I think a music video like that would be cool.
Yes.
Give it to me.
Yes.
Like, I don't even care.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the other thing that I saw, I didn't realize this. There are 36 variants. Did you realize that?
Well,
I knew there was a lot. This does include like
the
cassettes, CDs, all the singles,
the like
the voice memos. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
so
I was confused because you told me to decide what my favorite cover art was.
Oh,
and I was like, it just like kept going. I'm like, what are all of these?
36? I know, like 36. I found like this Buzzsprout that like went through all of them and was like, I'm going to tell you which ones are worth buying, and they like ranked them. It was pretty funny. Maybe I'll like post the list so you guys can see. But it is wild. It was like standard album, Target, exclusive vinyl, and then standard album with But Daddy I Love Him acoustic, standard album But Daddy I Love Him acoustic digital. Like it was just like down bad, Guilty as Sin acoustic, cassette for just the manuscript.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, like there was just so many, but I did not realize how many there were.
Yeah. Wow.
Just it blew my mind.
That's
so
crazy.
I wanted to like bring that up.
Dang.
Okay, so I love that we always read these when we like do our deep dives.
Yeah.
I think we read this then, but I think that now that we've
sat with it,
we got to read it again and discuss.
Yes.
So, but I did not realize that there is a prologue. There is an in summation and a prologue, and the prologue was written by Stevie Nicks.
Oh,
I think I like missed that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that one too. But okay, so we're going to read the in summation because this is what you find in like the little booklet. And this is from Taylor. So she says, at this hearing, I stand before my fellow members of the Tortured Poets Department with a summary of my findings, a debrief, a detailed rewinding for the purpose of warning, for the sake of reminding. I like think that even just describes the album where she goes, with a summary of my findings. Like literally, I'm going to tell you what happened. And like she did.
And I love a detailed rewinding.
Yeah. And for the sake of reminding.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this happened the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, okay, here we go. Okay, she continues. As you might all unfortunately recall. Oh, what? I had been struck. Like every time, like every line, I just want to be like, oh word. My gosh. Because yeah, as you might all unfortunately recall, I had been struck with a case of a restricted humanity, which explains my plea here today of temporary insanity. Like you can just feel that like she looks back and was like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it.
And that's
like
why
I literally lost
like
my mind.
The song Fortnite and the music video Fortnite is the perfect track one
opening
100%. To this album.
Yep, 100%. She says, you see, the pendulum swings. Oh, the chaos it brings leads the caged beast to do the most curious things. Lovers spend years denying what's ill-fated, resentment rotting away, galaxies recreated, stars placed and glued meticulously by hand next to the ceiling fan. Tried wishing on comets, tried dimming the shine, tried to orbit his planet, some stars never aligned. And in one conversation, I tore down the whole sky. I also think that like this, everybody needs to remember to like read this and then listen to the album.
Yeah.
Because this right here basically just describes everything that we're going to learn about. Like she said, this is the story. Like me and Joe, not in a good place. Yep. We spent years denying what was not going to happen. We were resentful. We had created something and it wasn't going to go anywhere. And I tried to make it work. I tried to make it happen, but like it wasn't going to. And I said bye.
100%.
Oh. And then she says, so this is what's going to happen next. Okay, so she continues. Spring sprung forth with dazzling freedom hues. I love that line.
Out the slammer.
Yep.
Speaking of, well, maybe I shouldn't say this. Yeah. Have you seen the rumors that people think that's going to be the next single?
Yes, I did.
What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, give it to me. I've said, like, I want whatever. Yeah. It's not one of my top songs. Yeah. But like,
a surprising choice. I love it, but it would be a surprising single choice for me. So.
I mean, I'm here for it. Yeah. So let's see. Then a crash from the skylight, bursting through something old, someone hollowed who told me he could be brand new. And so I was out of the oven and into the microwave, out of the slammer and into a tidal wave. How gallant to save the empress from her gilded tower, swinging a sword he could barely lift. I love that she did that.
You love it because it's the smallest man who ever lived.
Yep. She's like, you know what? You said you could do this. You couldn't even freaking lift the sword.
Funniest.
It's the best.
It's so
especially funny. Like right above it. She's like, how gallant to save. You were going to come save me. You freaking couldn't even lift the sword. You couldn't do squat. And then she says, but loneliness struck at that fateful hour, low-hanging fruit on his wine-stained lips. He never even scratched the surface of me. None of them did. Oh.
Yeah.
But I think like there it shows she's like, no, this right here is just as important to the conversation of this album as Joe.
Yeah.
And I think that people that didn't read this are the ones that are like, the whole album's about Joe.
Yeah.
And not to like get into that whole thing, but I'm like, right here, she's saying like, this is what we're going to talk about.
But even like, it is interesting because so many people are so passionate about just listen to the music. Don't care about who it's about or relate it to your own life or whatever. I'm like, she literally puts these way long things out with every album that is extremely specific to her personal tie to the music. Like, she does care that we get a glimpse into her story.
Yeah.
And that is why a lot of us are such big fans.
Yeah.
Is because we feel like we care about her so much because we feel like we've watched her life play out in these ups and downs. And it's like a huge part of being in the fandom.
Oh, 100%.
And she knows that. And so, I mean, she wants to give us some context.
Oh, 100%. She, like, even from debut, it was like she was just taking stuff from her journal and giving it out. She's going to do the same thing now.
Yeah. Crazy.
Okay, you get to finish the rest of it. I was like, that was a lot for me.
Yes. So this is, okay.
Yeah, it just continues.
Okay. In summation, it was not a love affair. I screamed while, I'm not going to scream it, but this is in quotes. In summation, it was not a love affair. I screamed while bringing my fist to my coffee-ringed desk. It was a mutual manic phase. It was self-harm. It was house and then cardiac arrest. That line?
I know.
That is Joe and then Maddie.
Yeah.
It was house arrest and then cardiac arrest.
I just got like chills.
Ooh.
And it's so sad. Even those lines above it, it was a mutual manic phase. It was self-harm.
Yeah.
Like
she, in retrospect, like she can see like what was I thinking. A smirk creeps onto this poet's face because it's the worst men I write the best.
I do love that though.
Obsessed with that.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I'm
so
like, you go, Tay.
And so I enter into evidence my tarnished coat of arms, my muses acquired like bruises, my talismans and charms, the tick, tick, tick of love bombs, my veins of pitch black ink. All's fair in love and poetry. Sincerely, the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department.
It's so good.
I just feel like, as far as like an era goes, and like, I don't know, I just feel like it was so cohesive and like themed. Like they're all themed, but this one especially, like just all of this, like the tick 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 of love bombs, my veins of pitch black ink, talking about the coffee ring on the desk, and all's fair in love and poetry. Sincerely, the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department. Like, there's not been an album before this that she is like almost like committed to a role in like a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, 100%.
I love it.
Before we move on, I love the line, "My muses acquired like bruises."
Yeah.
That's like how it's been her whole life, which is so sad. She's like, the people I write about had to hurt me in order for me to write about them.
Yeah. Except for Taylor.
That sucks.
Yeah. Taylor
Go
Lautner.
Tay.
Back to December.
Tay and Tay. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to take a quick break because today we are excited. We have a new podcast sponsor.
Yes. The brand is called Goosebumps. If you haven't heard about them, it's a newer business that we're excited to have be the sponsor today. And they're a luxury blanket and clothing company that believes that their products are as comfy as your favorite t-shirt can be a part of life's great moments. Yeah. I feel like a lot of like luxury blanket brands are like the big, fluffy, furry. These are like more like silky smooth.
Yeah.
And like
they're
I
like
said, like
almost
your favorite t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't want to say thin.
Yeah.
But it's just like a different type of blanket.
Yes. I don't know. And it almost like looks a little more like luxury in a way. Yeah. They seriously have like the cutest women's pajama sets too. And I'm obsessed with their baby pajamas. They're so freaking cute.
Yeah.
Like the way, they're so cute. The colors are really pretty and the material is super soft. It's actually made of 95% like modal rayon and then 5% spandex. So I just love that like feel on them.
I can literally feel it as I'm sitting here and I don't have it on me.
I just need to like cozy up with my baby and
so good. So yeah, we do have a discount code with them. You can use the code TTN15 for 15% off your purchase at shopgoosebumps.com. We'll link that in the show notes for you. And
always.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do want to talk about the prologue now because I think I missed this. Or I read it and I'd forgotten about it. But while I was looking at this, Stevie Nicks did an interview last October. And she said this about Taylor and I loved it. She says, so this is Stevie Nicks and she's talking about herself at first. She says, "I never don't tell the truth. And I think that's something that if Taylor Swift, who is my friend, if Taylor got anything from me, that's what she got." And then she goes on, she says, "I don't ever lie in my songs. And if you broke up with me, I don't put I broke up with you. I tell the truth. Always."
Wow.
I was like, because that's totally it.
Yeah.
And I also think that her using that quote in terms of this album, it was really like, Taylor's saying what happened. She's not going to lie. She's not going to like dramatize anything. Like she's going to say what actually happened.
Well, and
like believe her.
There's a lot of obviously there's a ton of vulnerability on this album, but like it's interesting she used the example of like, if you broke up with me, I'm not going to say I broke up with you because it is vulnerable to share that you were broken up with. Yeah. Which like clearly that's what happened with Taylor and Maddie. He ghosted her, he love bombed her and ghosted her. And that is kind of a scary thing to tell people because it just like kind of makes you feel like crap. Yeah. You know? But she
did.
She told us how it was.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
So. Okay, so she says this was written on August 13th, 2023 in Austin, Texas. And she says Austin, Texas. Oh, September 13th. Sorry, 8:50 p.m. She says for T and me. She goes, "He was in love with her." Okay, wait, before we start, I think it's really cool then that all of this happened and she like got together with Stevie Nicks and like told her all about it.
I know.
Like, oh my gosh, I want to be Stevie Nicks.
I know.
I want Taylor to tell me everything that happened.
I know.
Because clearly, and when you like hear me read this, like Stevie Nicks knows everything that went down.
Yeah.
To be able to write this poem for a prologue for this album.
Well, and like, I'm like, how did this happen? Like, you did just talk to her, and then because you talked to her, you were like, hey,
will you write a poem for
this
me?
Thing. Like, I don't know. It's so funny.
Or maybe she just wrote it and then gave it to her.
Yeah. And then Taylor asked if she could like
use
include it.
Yeah. Okay, so for T and me. He was in love with her, or at least she thought, so she was brokenhearted. Maybe he was too. Neither of them knew. She was way too hot to handle. He was way too high to try. He couldn't even see her. He wouldn't open his eyes. She was on her way to the stars. He didn't say goodbye. I love that she was like, she was way too hot to handle.
I know.
It's like, oh, that's really funny. Okay, she goes, she looked back from her future and shed a few tears. He looked into his past and actually felt fear. For both of them, the answers would never be ever clear. Don't ask questions now. Do that later. She brings joy. He brings Shakespeare. It's almost a tragedy. She says, don't endanger me. Don't endanger me. Oh. He really can't answer her. He's afraid of her. He's hiding from her, and he knows that he's hurting her. She tells the truth. She writes about it. She's an informer. He's an ex-lover. There's nothing there for her. She's already gone. There's nothing that can stop her. She was just flying through the clouds where he saw her. She was just making her way to the stars when he lost her. Oh, I got chills reading that, especially the end.
Yeah.
Where she goes, he really can't answer her. He's afraid of her. He's hiding from her. And he knows that he's hurting her.
Gosh.
Oh. And then I love too, she switches it up. She's like, she was just making her way to the stars.
Yeah.
She's got it. She's going to go when he lost her.
Yeah.
This is on him. He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. I knew that she'd written that, and I know I read it a year ago, but yeah, it is really fun to read again.
I know. It's always in retrospect, I'm like, oh yeah. Now that we've settled with it. Because I think when I read these things at first, I'm like, okay, yeah. And then we deep dive into the Maddie relationship, and I learned so much. Yeah. And now I listen to these songs, and I've learned so much. And now a year later, I'm like, that flippin' douchebag.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh man. So now we're going to talk about how the album has performed over the last year. The streaming, as far as streaming goes, it's been the most streamed album in a single week on Spotify, the biggest album debut in US Spotify history, the most streamed album on its first day on Apple Music and Amazon Music, and its songs made Taylor the only artist to monopolize the Billboard Hot 100's top 14 spots.
I just love that.
I know. It's so
That's
epic.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You guys can go look more if you want. The streaming number stats on this album are insane. I just had to pick the biggest ones because I was like, we would literally just be reading for forever. Yeah. It's insane how well it's done.
So crazy. And then as far as awards go, it was nominated at the Grammys, but did not win for Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album. It was nominated for 15 other awards and won 12, including iHeart's Best Pop Album.
So I feel like most of the things that it was nominated for, it was winning. I didn't want to list them all out. I was like, meh.
We've talked about them
15
before.
And she's won 12, so it's kind of cool. Okay, while I was looking around, I thought this was really cool. People are amazing. On Reddit, there's somebody that has done surveys, apparently.
Love it.
Yes. They did a Tortured Poets survey back when it was first released. And then I think they finished it a couple weeks ago. So it's a then and a now. And so this is people on Reddit. I don't know how many responded to it, but I thought we could talk about it. So initially,
in this link, is this
you can look at it.
Link?
The first link.
Okay, because the second link, in the link it says 814.
Oh yes,
responses.
that one's
that's a different one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one, they had people rank the songs. So initially, the highest ranked song was "Who's Afraid of Little Old Me" at 4.29 stars. I feel like that song just was one of the initial ones that everybody was obsessed with.
100%.
Yes. And then the next one after that was "I Can Do It With a Broken Heart," and then "The Black Dog." So I'll kind of do top 3. Actually, let's do top 5. And then "So Long London" and "The Prophecy."
Okay.
So those were top 5 initially, best ranked. And then the bottom 5 would have been "The Alchemy," "The Tortured Poets Department," "Fresh Out the Slammer," "I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can." Oh, I think I did the last 6. "Thank You, Amy," and "Robin" was the bottom one.
Okay, that's so funny because half of those are my least favorite and half of them are
like
some of my
really top.
favorites. Like Fresh Out the Slammer and what was the other one that I liked?
Alchemy, Tortured Poets.
Tortured Poets was initially like a right off the bat. I was like, I like that.
You loved that one. Yeah. So that's kind of like initially. So, and then, let's see. And this is just the stand. Oh, no, that's the folder. I was thinking it was the other. Okay. And then full album ranking recently. So we'll kind of see how things have changed. The top rated song. This one actually surprises me. So Long London.
What?
Right?
Wow.
With
I mean,
4.25 stars.
Like, great song.
Yes.
No, it's popular.
Yeah.
Just surprised it would be at number 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
So top 5 now. So I'll review. Who's Afraid of Little Me? I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Black Dog. So Long London. Prophecy. Okay. That was initially. Okay. Now top 5. So Long London. Guilty as Sin. Yeah. I feel like that one grew on. Really that was one that I
didn't care for. And
now I do. Same. Yeah. The Prophecy.
Wow.
The Black Dog.
Of course.
And The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, all of those ones I felt like were ones that like were a little slower to pick up steam, and then they just like
it's so
off.
Funny because The Prophecy is crazy to me that has persevered like that as a top, because I think it's a great song and it is like gut wrenching.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised out of all 31, that's one that was like a favorite then and still a favorite now by majority. That's cool.
It is. Wow. It's crazy. Okay, so then the bottom ones are basically still the same. The Alchemy, Tortured Poets, I Can Fix Him, Robin, and Thank You, Amy. So Robin and Thank You, Amy did switch though.
Switch spots.
So
funny.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then so that was like people ranked them by stars.
Okay.
And then what they had them do was tell them your least favorite and your favorite track. Initially everybody's favorite song. This will tell us. 945 people voted that Guilty as Sin was their initial favorite song.
Really?
Yes. Kind of surprises me. And then 857 people said Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. So those two were like right up there. The least favorite was I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can. I did have a few votes, but not as many for reals. And then recently, and this is just for standard tracks, the Guilty as Sin is still most people's favorite. The next one though, LOML.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
We love our sad
Who's
songs,
Afraid of Little Old Me?
So
maybe
London,
we'll put those up here.
LOML.
Yeah. I'll let you put these up here because I want people to see the difference in Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. It dropped drastically.
Really?
As a favorite song.
Huh.
So it was at like 857 and now it's probably in the 300s.
I'm surprised because that's one I would expect. I mean, I'm not surprised it wasn't an initial favorite. Yeah. But I'm surprised it didn't like kind of keep a little steadier with like the tour and the performance of it and stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay, then last thing, this is including the anthology. Favorite song, clearly Black Dog.
Duh.
Yeah. Like clearly. Like it's way up there.
I feel seen.
Yep. And then so that was initially. And then recently it also was everybody's favorite, Black Dog. The Prophecy came in second on both of those though. How Did It End? Grew a lot higher though for a lot of people. So,
wow,
crazy!
That's really.
I know.
Fun.
I just thought that was kind of fun. I like to see how other people feel about the stuff too. So,
and that's so different than looking at like streaming numbers or like that's just
like because it's like people, and especially because like when you ask this stuff on like Reddit, like you're getting people that like really live and breathe, like they just want to talk about Taylor all the time. So like they're gonna for real.
Oh, it's so funny.
Okay, I found one more like survey thing, and maybe I'll post a link to this on our Instagram. I actually maybe want to do an episode about this because they said this is like the ultimate Swiftie survey. There was 814 responses, but it was just for like 2024. It was fascinating. I loved it. But we're just going to talk about the Tortured Poets one.
Okay.
So they asked Anthology or Standard. 57% said they prefer the Standard. And then 42% said they prefer the Anthology. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
This was done before the Grammys. I think they ended it like the end of 2024. But they said, do you think Torture Poet should win Album of the Year? 41% said yes, she deserves this back-to-back Grammy. And then the next highest was at 22%. They said no, there are better contenders this year, but Midnight's deserve Album of the Year. So kind of interesting. This said, in your opinion, was Tortured Poets Department too rushed? Because I know there's been some people that have said that. But luckily, 74% of people said, no, I love it. Because I feel that way. I don't think it was too rushed.
No.
So, I also didn't know that this was super highly debated. I know that there's some people that don't like this, but said, if you could, would you remove the infamous tattooed golden retriever line from existence? And 66% said no, it's cute. Y'all are just haters.
Yeah, no, I've never considered that.
I know, I thought it was funny.
I've never even heard people complain. I've heard them complain about multiple other lines.
Yeah, 25% said yes. Along with the pointless, we declared Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist line. And then 8% said yes in a heartbeat.
Really
I thought it was funny.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so then the last thing that I was going to talk about, it says another one of Torture Poet's biggest criticisms is that it's like too bloated. So which tracks would you cut from the double album, if any? Highest is Robin, and then Thank You Amy, which I feel like we kind of know, and then I Can Fix Him. No, really can. So, but I thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
So, yeah.
Nice. I love that.
I just like seeing what other people like.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Especially too, because like in all groups, I feel like your friends normally like similar types of like songs. So cool to kind of see that.
Fun. Okay. Well, we are going to take a quick ad break and we're going to talk about Phase It. And we love Phase It.
We love Phase
It. If you don't know, glitter freckles.
Always.
That
all
Taylor
day, every day.
Swift wears. Jess and Karli of the Typical Tuesday Night podcast wear.
For reals. Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, we just wore them to the Kelsey Ballerini concert, and it was really fun. It was like so, like, we put them on super fast.
I put mine on too fast. But yeah.
But it's like just so easy. So just, like,
easy.
So easy.
We could have put it in our purse and done
easily.
It at the arena.
100%. Yeah. And I was going to say, it was so cool to see how many, I saw multiple girls.
Yeah.
Like other girls wearing them. Like I was in line at the bathroom and the girl in front of me like had them.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
so
fun.
Gosh, that is so
but,
fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But yeah, we like, I still want to try those like the décolletage. I keep saying that and I haven't gotten any yet, but they just are coming out with so many different products that are so fun. Did you see their April Fool's joke? It was like a full face.
Oh,
like
that's amazing.
Situation. I don't know. It was funny, but
I'll have to go look. That's funny.
But yeah. So we do have a code for them.
Yes.
And it's TTM15 for 15% off your order at phaseitbeauty.com. So you guys got to try them.
Yeah. I think it's nice too to just like have on hand.
Oh yeah.
And like that was the nice thing is just like, okay, we had some.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to be like, okay, I'm going to go here. Well, no, I need to go
get it. It's like a 6-pack.
Yeah.
So
which is super nice.
You get the one that you like. I wonder, maybe we should submit this as an idea. They need to sell like a essentials pack that has like 1 silver, 1 gold, 1
That's a good idea.
Gold.
Yeah.
Maybe throw in a fun one.
Yeah.
And like do 2 silver. I don't know. That's like a variety.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
Because
if you're listening.
We have a lot of packs of them on hand.
Because we love
it's nice to have the variety.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice if you just wanted to get like one
variety.
pack.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Fun. So yeah, outside of the ad, I just have to, since we brought up Kelsey Ballerini, I just have to say this because
no.
It was so funny. Karli was at the bathroom when this happened, but we had just gotten our merch. We're standing there while Karli was waiting in line for the bathroom. This girl walks by us and she's wearing if you're unfamiliar with Kelsey Ballerini lore, this might not be as funny to you, but she's literally wearing this big square situation that says welcome down the middle. She was literally a welcome mat. So like if you get that,
if you get it, you get it.
You get it.
The
and
girls
it's really
that get it,
funny.
get it.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like I said to her, and I am not the type of person to just talk to strangers. That is not what I do. But I literally was like, oh my gosh, like I'm obsessed with what you're wearing. She was like, thank you. And then as she was, because she was just like walking by. So like as she was walking away, I kind of like quietly, I was just like, are you a Swiftie? And she was like, yeah, I am. And she showed me like a tattoo that she had that was for Taylor Swift. I'm like, can like, spot you Swifties from a mile away. Like that outfit at the Kelsey Ballerini concert screams Swiftie.
That same girl was probably wearing the oh my gosh, it totally just left me, the flashing light, the you know what I'm talking about. Yes, the stoplight. Thank you. At the stoplight at the concert. Like that's like 100% it.
I'm just like, it's screaming. And so it's very satisfying when she's like, yeah,
of course.
I am.
I have
very
a tattoo.
Much a Swiftie. I am permanently marked by Taylor Swift.
That is amazing.
Oh man, I loved it.
That's awesome. Okay, so I thought to end, we're gonna do game time.
Yes.
So it's like kind of like we're gonna do like rapid fire type questions.
Okay.
So first let's do like then versus now. So what was our top 3 then versus our top 3 now? So I think for me, my top 3 then was The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, Black Dog, and I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Okay.
And I actually think it's the same now.
Okay.
Mine just kind of stayed true. I think I liked LOML. That would have probably been like my 4th favorite back then. And now I think I like But Daddy, I Love Him more.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll throw in a 4th so it at least changes a little bit. Yeah. But what about you?
I had a hard time, of course. Like first remembering and then also like picking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially remembering. Like, but I knew that I loved Black Dog and Who's Afraid of Little Me. And then my 3rd one, I don't know. I just feel like I talked about like 2 songs a lot that like not a lot of people love, and I like just had to pick one. So I feel like this is gonna be kind of surprising. Maybe not if you remember, but I picked Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that would fit your top 3, but like yes, you talked about it all the time.
I did. Like it was an initial one that I really loved and listened to a lot. It's not one like it's not my top 3 now.
Yeah.
But I still love it. But like I did really like that one. I probably, and it's hard to know like what is then like after first, because like my favorites after the first week were a lot different than after the first month. That's you know, because the Tortured Poets department, I would maybe replace Chloe, Sam, Sophia, Marcus.
Okay, like
if we're going like really early on.
Yeah.
And then now I would say I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, Black Dog, Who's Afraid of Little Me, and then I also put 4 because
fine.
Guilty as Sin.
Okay.
So
yeah, that one jumped a lot for you then.
Yeah. I did not care.
Yeah.
I have more surprises later. So.
Love it. Okay, I'm stoked. Okay, I feel like mine are all pretty similar, so this is good that yours are different. Okay, least favorite 3 then versus least favorite 3 now. Why don't you go first this time?
Okay. Least favorite then versus now. I Hate It Here.
Okay.
I Can Fix Him and Robin.
Interesting. Okay.
And now it's I Can Fix Him. Thank You, Amy and Robin. So I felt very seen by those surveys. I'm pretty sure that was like the identical answer that
for what you had. Yeah. Okay, so mine least favorite 3 then would have been Robin, Thank You, Amy, and Cassandra.
Okay.
And those are my same ones now. Okay. Those are ones that I don't. I will say though, Robin has kind of grown on me.
Yeah.
I feel like it used to be my bottom, and now it's probably like 3rd to bottom.
Yeah. And like I don't ever reach for Cassandra.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it a lot more than I appreciate I Can Fix Him.
See, I feel like I appreciate I Can Fix Him a little more than Cassandra.
I know what my problem is with that song.
I mean, I don't like it.
Get on
board. So I'm with you. I'm with you. Ooh. But yeah, I do feel like Robin has definitely projected, especially when you just think about it in the sense of like, I saw somebody one time say like, listen to Robin as if you're talking to your past
yourself.
self.
I saw that recently and I was like, this is so
I know. I was like, wait a second.
I know.
Okay, that bumped it up a little bit. Or if I think about like in terms of my kids, like when she did, what mashup did she do?
The Best Day.
Yes. Oh, The Best Day. Yeah. It's just like stuff like that where I'm like, okay.
Or
no,
Never Grow Up.
I think, was it Never Grow Up in Robin?
I think so.
Because then she did do The Best Day and Never Grow Up.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. But so yeah, when I think of Robin in those terms, but when I'm just like casually listening, it's not one that I'm like, unless I'm like really sitting down.
Yeah.
So, okay, rapid fire question. Some of these I'm like prepared for. Some of them I'm like literally just doing in the moment. Pick a song to listen to right now.
I had to put 2.
Oh, okay.
And this is where we're going to get a shocker.
Okay.
/ a peek into my
what you're listening
current
to?
state of mind.
Okay. Oh no.
I can do it.
Or oh yes.
I can do it with a broken heart.
Okay. Classic.
And I hate it here.
What? I think we just need to end the podcast because we need to go talk.
I literally just said
what?
Then, like early on, that was top 3 least favorite.
Wait.
And I would reach for
what?
it. It's on that playlist I was talking about. It's on it.
I'm shook. Excuse me. So you listen to that one a lot now?
Yes. Regularly. Almost daily. I mean, you know my life. Like,
no, I know. I understand.
Songs just like change when you relate to them. Like I didn't really relate to it, and now I do. So I listen to it every day.
Wow.
But it's so funny to see.
I'm glad it's here. I'm glad it's here.
It has really done a 180 for me, real. You know, it's
I remember like when we were talking about that song, and you were just like, "We just don't get it. We're so sorry to all of you that love it." And now
to all you depressed people, I don't get it. Okay, well, I'm there with you. I get it now. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Man. Well, you know, I'm glad it's there for you then. Yeah. That's good.
So that's really exciting.
Okay, I was gonna like try and prep one, but I was like, no, we'll just see. What am I feeling right now? Second. I think I would put on But Daddy I Love Him.
Nice.
I'm kind of just feeling like a good, just fun. Actually, or Fortnite randomly. Ooh. That one just popped into my head.
I mean, that was my top streamed Spotify song.
That's right.
Because of my
riding your bike. Okay, who was your favorite collaborator? And this can be however you want to take.
I know. Term. The way I decided to like choose my answer to this question is I just like looked through all the songs to see like, so it was like, you know, look for my favorite songs, who helped produce it. And I mean, it was going kind of back and forth, and then it started to get like kind of like same person. So I said Jack. Okay. But
that's a good one.
I know that's a good one. Your answer. I think.
No, I'm going to go. I decided to be a little different.
Are you going to go Steve?
No, but I love Post so much. I was listening to Ed Sheeran, and this is a tangent. Ed Sheeran on Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
I like now I'm more obsessed with Ed Sheeran too.
Yeah.
He was like really fun to listen to. But he said they were like, if you could pick one famous person to like go have a like drink with or something. And he was like, oh, easy, Post Malone. And I was like, the amount of people that talk about how cool Post Malone is.
Yeah.
I just like love him even more because of that.
And that's what's kind of fun about him and Taylor teaming up is that most people speak about that Taylor. People that spend time with Taylor, they all have nothing but amazing things to say about her. So
so them together,
they're just like the music industry sweethearts.
Yeah. That's cute. I love that. Okay, no, I went really different, and I feel really part of me didn't want to give this person any credit.
Oh.
I'm going to go Maddie Healy.
Oh my, Karli. Different answer. Just kidding, but
no, I was just like,
I see what you're saying.
But like, I was just like, you know, I mean, he's a douchebag, and I don't think what he did was right. But like, without him, we would not have this.
No, it's true.
So there's your little bit.
Heart.
Yeah, for real.
But you're still the smallest man.
Yeah, for real though. But it's true. Like, if I had to pick like favorite, I guess collaboration, it would probably be Aaron.
Yeah.
Or Post, probably.
Yeah.
Because like that's my favorite like actual like feature.
Yeah. So fun.
Okay, what was your favorite like moment?
Let's see, what did I write down? Oh, I wrote down 2 things.
Okay.
So I will never, ever, ever get over or forget hearing that first Who's Afraid of Little Old Me scream.
Oh,
I will never. It hits every time. And it's just so unexpected. I mean, obviously not now, but then it was just like, oh my gosh, it was so good. And then this was something that I just like realized not super recently, but in the last couple months, whatever. The like I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, where she's like anxious breathing. Like, he said he loved me all. Is like
she has so many of those moments on this album.
Like that, it's just like artistry to me. And she's not just like singing the song. She's, like I said, like taking on this role.
Yeah. Well, and that's
putting
why
everything into it.
Yes, that's why it's kind of hard to listen to sometimes. Because she really does.
It's like
yes,
the
I feel it.
You're losing me.
Yes.
The heartbeat. Oh my gosh.
No, 100%.
So I think those are my
like
top 2
favorites.
at least that I could like come up
like
with off the top
like
of my
initially.
head. But what about you?
2 that I thought of were I Still Just Always Will Love the Down Bad when she like leaves out the over.
Yes.
Like, how dare you say that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Like,
So
who comes
good.
up with that? Freaking Taylor Swift. And then in Black Dog, how she basically dies screaming.
Yeah.
Just like, again, it's just like this, these little tiny things. But thinking back to like the very first, because when you said with yours back in the beginning, I will never forget listening to Alchemy and like all of the like football stuff, but then also like the drugs, and everybody was just like, heroin? What? Heroin? Who does? That's got to be a Maddie song. And then people are like, but maybe it's not. And like, just like I remember like
the shock,
that whole moment.
confusion.
Yes. And then also the whole I'm having his baby. No, I'm not.
Oh
like,
my yes.
That will like forever just
because
be like
we had a listening party for this album. So we were with like probably 20 other people listening for the very first time. And when she first said I'm having his baby, for half a second we lost our minds and then just died when
no, I'm not.
Because like I don't even know if I remember. I heard that no, I'm not. You should see your faces because all of us were reacting still to the first.
But then like later on, and then when you really listen to it, you're like, oh my gosh, it's even better. Like,
I know,
it's just so good,
so good,
so good. Okay, what's your favorite cover art?
Like I said, I went back to try to look at them, and I think my favorite. I picked 2.
Okay,
I do really like the original.
Okay.
And I think I like Black Dog.
Oh, so that's what I put too.
Yeah. They're so good.
I was like, at first I was like, I think I lean more toward the Black Dog. And then I was like, that might just be because that's like the one I click on, like Anthology, like here we go.
It's like the most familiar.
But I think like actually looking at them, I'm like, I actually do think I like the original.
Yeah.
Like the best. It wasn't like when she initially put it out, I was like, ooh, it's kind of cool and moody. But after like really digesting the album, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like that's it. I also really like the But Daddy I Love Him, the one with like the flower,
the dead
like
flower.
almost dying. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that was really cool.
Say.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
Especially because just like the lover reference.
Yes.
Stuff, so.
Okay. Any favorite lyrics?
Yes.
I picked a couple, so if you have a couple,
yes. So
we can even like go back and forth.
The one that you just said.
How dare you say that it's
and
over?
hire a priest a priest to come and exorcise my demons, and even if I die screaming, I hope you hear it. Like I just like with the storyline and all that, like it's so powerful. I love that she's like, I'm gonna die screaming and I really hope you hear it, because like I think she knows deep down that he does care for her, but he treated her like garbage. And she's like, I want you to know the pain that you put me through. Yeah. And I just love it.
Yep.
And then also I love in the Black Dog, like the change from at the beginning, like the intertwined in the magic fabric of our dreaming to the tragic fabric of our dreaming. Yeah. I think I just put those. Okay. Trying to be good and just pick one. And
I know. I actually think I like picked a couple. I know. I was like, okay, well, I got to go to The Smallest Man because clearly I love that song.
the whole bridge.
But literally, I was just like, so then I was like, well, what's my favorite part of the bridge? And I think it would be and you'll confess why you did it, and I'll say good riddance, because it wasn't sexy once, it wasn't forbidden. And I would have died for your sins. Instead, I just died inside, and you deserve prison. But you I know it's like still so long, but I was like, no, you have to like finish this part, and then you have to finish the next part.
I love like it hits so hard for me.
It does.
You deserve prison, but you won't get time. Like even just that part.
I get goosebumps literally every time I listen to that song. I also love, and I know you love this one too, Sitting in a Tree, DYING.
Yeah. Oh yes. Like I didn't look enough.
I know. I was just trying to like think of like, yeah. So I also love I Cry a Lot, but I Am So Productive. It's an art. I was just like, that one, when she sang that, I'm like, oh, so good.
Yes.
And then just not for any reason other than I just think it's funny that I'm having his baby. No, I'm not. You should see your faces.
It's so
like
good. It's so savage.
So funny. It is. It's so good. Yeah. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is make our own standard edition of the Tortured Poets album. Yeah. We could only pick 16 songs. I'm gonna the last like 2 I didn't finish. I just have a list of like which
potentials.
Yeah. Which one am I gonna feel at the very end?
Oh my gosh.
It was too hard.
It was. And I tried to just like not mull over it and like think about it too much. Yeah. So like I'm probably already gonna be like, ugh. I mean, I love all the ones that I picked, but also I'm like, there's other ones I feel like I'm missing.
Well, and then even today, like I was listening to the album again, I was like, oh, but I like this song. I didn't put it on there.
It basically feels like we're doing like our dream team for the draft. Like that's how it feels.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
So do we want to go back and forth? Do we want to read our full list? Like take turns with our full list?
Yeah, because did you do it in order of like favorites or anything?
No.
I didn't either. Okay.
So I did.
Maybe we just go back and forth?
Okay. So my first one was Fortnite.
I had that one too. Okay. Yeah.
And then I did My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys.
Ooh, I almost did that one. Yeah. I did Tortured Poets Department instead. Okay. Did you cut Tortured Poets?
I did.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I know you really like that one.
My Boy is one that I've listened to a ton. I also got it as a surprise song in London.
Oh, see, that's cool. Like that makes it more special. Yeah, that was one that I was like debating. I had like those 2 and I was like, and I just feel like I gravitate more towards Tortured Poets. So. Yeah. Yeah.
And then But Daddy, I Love Him.
I have that one too.
Okay.
My next one, I had Down Bad.
Okay. I have that one too.
Okay.
Guilty of Sin.
I have that one too.
Yeah.
I have So Long London.
Okay. I do not.
Okay.
But I do love that song. Black Dog. Duh.
Obviously. I definitely have that one. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me?
Yep, that was my next
Perfect.
One. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
I have that one. Yeah. I love that one. That one's one I listen to a lot, actually. It's just like it's sad, but it's like the vibe is just so fun.
It is.
It's like, I'm like, yes, I can have fun with this sad song. Okay, just don't think about the lyrics for a minute. Lost My Life.
Okay.
I'm assuming you don't have that one.
Nope. But I have How Did It End.
I have that one too. Okay. The Smallest Man.
Me too.
Perfect.
The Bolter.
I don't have that one. I'm Gonna Get You Back.
I can't believe I didn't put that.
Oh, really?
I listened to it. If I were to tell you like the 5 songs I listened to the most, that would be on. So
you're gonna cut, or you're gonna?
I am gonna replace.
Okay. So you are adding it now, and you're gonna get rid of another one. Okay.
Just because I listened to it too much.
Yeah.
I am taking off. Just because I feel like I have to tell you what I'm taking off.
No, you don't.
I look at people's windows.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have the manuscript.
I have the manuscript.
Okay.
Wait, did you say How Did It End?
Yeah.
Okay. I have So High School.
Okay. I do not.
That one was one that I was like kind of iffy on. Mm-hmm. It's really grown on me, and I kind of like that it's like a her and Travis song. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why I picked it.
Yeah. Fresh Out the Slammer, which you probably didn't put.
I do not have. Do we each have? I have one more, right?
I have 2. I haven't said. I have 2. I haven't said, but that's fine. We were
yeah, that's fine. Because my last one is Peter.
Okay, I also had Peter.
Okay,
and then Drum roll. I hate it here.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it.
I know.
But I'm really happy for you.
Funny.
Am I?
So happy that
Should
you
I
hate
be?
it here.
I'm surprised you didn't have Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus.
I know.
That's crazy.
I kind of
that
like
was
debated
one of my,
on like, I was like, I look in people's windows or that one. Like they're neck and neck for me. But then I'm like, no, I literally listen to I'm Gonna Get You Back. It's on my that playlist that I talk about that I listen to. I love that one. So
that was fun.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool to like. It was hard.
It was. So
I was like, 16. Like clearly, I'm gonna have a top 16. I think I told you. Like, I feel like probably the top 10, 11, 12. It was like clearly
solid.
Like those are. I'm absolutely never getting rid of those.
Yeah.
And then I had probably like 6 to 8 that I was like, wait, I love all of these like pretty equally.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to pick?
For sure.
Like I don't want to leave any of these off.
Yeah. And neither of us put the prophecy.
That's true.
Prophecy almost is proving to be the
like
top song.
Yeah.
Outside of Black Dog, probably.
And that's the thing is like I love the prophecy. Mm-hmm. But when I like it was probably like one of my like middle ones that I was like considering, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just too sad.
Yeah.
It just like didn't fit.
I'm curious.
Didn't fit my vibe of an album.
Which two were your fill in the blanks?
Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. Okay. And I was debating Guilty as Sin. Okay. Like those ones. And then the My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toy.
Okay.
So like all like that one and Tortured Poets, all 4 of those were kind of like, where am I going to put these in?
Okay.
But
that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
What a fun episode.
It was fun to like chat about.
Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this. We love Tortured Poets.
Yes.
It's so fun to celebrate.
And it's fun because like we have been like doing like it's fun to go back and like retroactively look at like old albums and stuff. But like we are still in like
the era
of Tortured Poets.
It's true.
So yeah, it's fun to talk about it.
So fun.
Okay, so I have a request for everybody listening, all of our Junior Jewels. Because it's our 100th episode, if you will like share about the podcast on like your social media stories or like reshare one of our content pieces from like Instagram or TikTok or whatever and like tag us and just like mention that you love our podcast.
Yeah.
As like a woohoo, they made it to 100 episodes.
Yes.
But like it just like helps us to see like more people to see it and like grow more and just like helps us to be able to like continue to create stuff.
Yes,
so
I love
please.
That. Yes, that's so fun. It would mean so much to us. And if you don't know where to find us on social media, you can typically find us at Typical Tuesday Night Podcast or on TikTok. I think it's .pod.
Yeah.
But we're on YouTube.
Yep.
If you didn't know.
Did you not know?
Instagram, TikTok.
All the things. Yeah.
All the things. So
yeah. Well, it's been a fun year. And we chatted about this on Patreon. It's been over a year now. And that's the longest we've gone without like a new Taylor album.
Oh, yeah.
Since Lover.
That is so insane.
It is wild to me. But it's been like fun to let the anthology just like sit with us, but also kind of weird. And it makes me feel like I'm sitting in a tree. DYING.
For new Taylor music.
Come on. More.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.